Well, y'all, this is not what I was intending to do today. This isn't how I was planning for it to go, but life happens when your kid is sick and you are taking care of throw up. So hello, welcome to adult life. So much fun. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a few more examples for you guys before you go ahead and work on 11 through 30 on your worksheet. So really what we're looking at here is just a few different examples. So this is just identities day 2. So what happens is you're wanting to look at this stuff, and your question that you're always asking yourself when you're dealing with identities is there something I can do to simplify first? Is there anything I can do here to simplify first? Or do I just need to go ahead and move forward with multiplying these things out? So what you notice is what you should notice is you have two binomials here. So this would be like if you had x minus 2, x plus 4. Right? Same kind of concept here. You would just distribute these pieces out to see what you get. So same exact thing here, except we're dealing with trig functions. So what I'm going to say is, in this aspect, I don't see any squared functions. I don't see anywhere I can easily go ahead and simplify things at the beginning. So I'm just going to go ahead and distribute these things out. Okay, so cosecant, secant, and then cosecant times 1. Just cosecant, and then this is cotangent times, I can't write, and then minus cotangent of x. Okay, so from this point, now I want to start to see what I can do with these little pieces that I'm multiplying and where I can simplify things. So I know that cosecant is 1 over sine. I know that secant is 1 over cosine. I know that cosecant is 1 over sine. Cotangent, if you remember, tangent is sine over cosine, so cotangent is cosine over sine. Secant is 1 over cosine, and then minus cotangent, which again is cosine minus sine. Okay, so then I'm pausing, I'm looking, okay, what can I do here? Well, immediately I see within this multiplication, I have a cosine x divided by cosine x. So those two things cancel out. Other than that, there's really not anything else I can do just yet. So let's see what else we have. So here we have 1 sine x cosine x plus 1 over sine x. Well, now I notice when I multiply these two things out, I'm left with minus 1 over sine x. I hope you're starting to think about what you can do with that. Okay, so those are those pieces. So now, hope you've thought about that, hope you've noticed. So you have 1 over sine x minus 1 over sine x. So those two things cancel each other out to be 0. So then I'm left with 1 over sine x cosine x minus cosine x over sine x. So I hope as you're beginning to look at this, you notice, okay, I see two fractions, one with a denominator that says sine and cosine, and one that just has sine. So same way we did yesterday with these, what could I multiply both the top and the bottom by in order to give them a common denominator? I hope you said you could multiply the top and the bottom by cosine x. So then all of this reduces to 1 over sine x cosine x. Then cosine times cosine is that cosine squared of x all over sine cosine. Well, now we have this common denominator. This all reduces down to 1 minus cosine squared of x over sine cosine. All right, hoping you're starting to see the patterns here, y'all. So what is 1 minus cosine squared of x? Sine squared of x over sine cosine. And now remember, when you have the same thing but a higher power, it's the same thing as if you had x squared divided by xy. You would leave the y, but you could still simplify those x's when you're using multiplication here. So then one of these signs would cancel out, and you're left with sine of x over cosine of x. And what is this whole crazy thing reduced down to? Goodness. Hope y'all are following and that you're getting it.